my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season, and now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past, and tonight we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, and a lot of buzz with this one. Extra buzz, Charles, because the Dolphins trying to become the first team ever to win the Lombardi Trophy inside their home stadium.
And it looked like the Vikings had a heck of a chance a couple of seasons ago, didn't it? They were rolling in the playoffs, possibly could have gotten there, came up just a little bit short. A number of teams have had that chance over the years. Detroit, they've had the Super Bowl in their stadium. I guess the closest we've had was when San Francisco won it in Palo Alto. In Stanford Stadium just down the road. But the Dolphins' last Super Bowl trip was 1985. A loss to those Niners, ironically enough, in Super Bowl 19. Where? Stanford Stadium. They've won it twice, but you have to go back to Super Bowl 7 and 8. 1973, 1974. Hard to believe that proud franchise hasn't won one since.
Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings are back in the big game for the 5th time in franchise history. But we all know one thing has eluded them all these years.
And that's an actual Super Bowl victory, partner. They're 0-4 in their previous visits. Super Bowls 4, 8, 9, and 11. And, boy, they had some great teams, too, didn't they? Bud Grant was their head coach. Fran Tarkenton, a quarterback. Alan Page and the Purple People Eaters on defense. They were all Hall of Famers. And don't forget Paul Krause. He's a very proud member of that great secondary they had. So we're going back more than 40 years since their last visit. You think the state of Minnesota is excited about this one? I know they are. They're ready to get this one going.
No, check that. 152 right here.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check. You draw corker.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Yellow.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep, and that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's got some space here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Ballage. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
From the 27, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. A first down throw for Cousins. Dancing to his left. Complete. Smith has it. A gain of 6 there on first. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
P.
Check, check, check.
Right back to him on first down. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Check the back, check the back.
Regular.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick. Now a short one to Gesicki. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And Diggs has it. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And he finds Parker here, complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now Fitzpatrick. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a give right side. It's Grant. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54.
We play to win. Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A good gain there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a give right side. Grant. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll get this out in a hurry to Parker. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Buying time to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
52 and 56, 52 and 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there out of Cook. 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Cousins on first down. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Cook following the penalty. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
65.
Third and long for Cousins. And he will be hit from behind and run we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Mike, 180!
Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On play action, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his running back, Grant. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Throwing again on second down. Fitzpatrick, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do.
Kill, turn up.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game, as now they've got it 3rd and long. Now Balaj. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now Cook, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, T, switch.
On second down, Cook. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Hey, wahoo!
On third down, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Bobby McCain. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
7 at the 34-yard line.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now a short one to Gesicki. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Cousins to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
First down, Vikings.
Good route here.
Now Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now the first throw in overtime for Fitzpatrick. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort, but on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort, picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. This is Grant. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Fitzpatrick. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. This quarterback now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down, and he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. 10's a Mike. 10's Hey, Lord.
Now Fitzpatrick. it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Parker unable to get that one. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Easy.
What can Cousins do in the OT? Open man is Thielen. It's complete. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Minnesota.
One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. Cousins now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. They run. Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. But how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
To throw, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
There you go. Get down.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And they're not going to let him get this one off. We have a whistle and a timeout as they'll try to put him on ice a bit. And they still have 2 timeouts left. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
Mike 10.
Right, 80.
Check.
PPP.
On second down, it's Grant looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their 2nd timeout here.
Take 20.
Come on. Double time.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. 2 minutes to go in overtime. We will keep playing if we need to. We are all tied up. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And we will play on here in overtime. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins now. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Ball up up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Grant. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.